Brazil COVID-19 variant present in Guyana. Minor crushed by garbage truck succumbs to injuries. 3 arrested with narcotics at police checkpoint in Cayuni-Mazaruni. In the region, Trinidad and Tobago declares a state of emergency as COVID-19 cases surge. And internationally, US sees highest number of migrants crossing over in decades. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. On Friday, Minister of Education Priya Manik-Chan revealed that her ministry is exploring the likelihood of eliminating the national grades 2, 4, and 6 assessments. Minister Manik-Chan stated that over the years, young children have been placed under enormous pressure to be placed at a particular school. She added that the ministry is exploring whether the national grade 6 assessment should be stopped and instead focus directly on ensuring an equal delivery of education to all secondary schools. The minister said, quote, "NGSA is something we have to write, not because we want to test the children and find out who is bright and who is not. It's a placement exam. We have to find out where to put children." End of quote. She further added, quote, "Testing children on one single day and having their future decided on that day when they are 10 years old is hard and it might not be the most child-friendly thing that we can do." End of quote. The minister further expressed her displeasure with the placement examination, stating, quote, "It has turned into something I don't like anymore. I never really liked it, and we are currently examining how we can make sure it doesn't matter which high school you get." End of quote. According to the minister, the ministry is working to ensure that there is an equitable delivery of education across the country, no matter what secondary school a pupil is placed at. She emphasized the need for equality of services, trained teachers, and facilities. A minor was crushed to death by a garbage truck. Esther Sobers has that tragic story.
The community of Sapphire was plunged into a state of mourning after a 9-year-old boy was crushed by a garbage truck on Sunday. According to the police report, around midday, the garbage truck bearing number plate GVV 6H90 was proceeding east along Church Street in Section C, Sapphire, Georgetown, picking up garbage. The driver of the truck stopped in the vicinity of a heap of mud, which was on the southern side of the road, and exited to assist his porter to load the garbage onto the truck. He then re-entered the truck and started driving. The young pedocyclist, who was proceeding in the same direction, attempted to ride past the truck to the southern side but rode into the mud and lost control of his bicycle. The deceased fell onto the truck's right side rear wheel, which ran over his head. When the emergency medical technician arrived at the scene, the pedocyclist was pronounced dead. A breathalyzer test was conducted on the motor lorry driver, but the test showed no traces of alcohol. The driver remains in custody, assisting with further investigations. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. International Day of the Boy Child was observed yesterday, May 16th. And in observation of that day, the Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vinay Prasad, called on Guyanese to pay attention to the vulnerability of boys and young men. In the first quarter of 2021, it was found that a total of 404 young boys were abused. 110 of those boys were aged 3 years or younger. The minister said, quote, "I am sure you'll agree with me that the tendency has been to pay more attention to girls and protect them, while we show less consideration to the boys. While it is true that more girls are abused, sexually and otherwise, let's not be deceived into thinking that the same thing doesn't happen to boys." End of quote. She further stated, quote, "The types of abuse reported include physical abuse, verbal, neglect, and abandonment." End of quote. Cognizant of the prevalence of child abuse, the minister said that the systems are being instituted to cater for both boys and girls. Additionally, she highlighted that the ministry's Child Care and Protection Agency, headed by Anne Green, has been working to promote more awareness of the issue. Quote, "It's true that our boys are hurting and they need us. While they are also groomed for sexual abuse, we don't get them to talk easily about it." End of quote. Due to the scourge of child abuse, Dr. Prasad called upon parents to pay attention to their boy children, their education, and the messages boys receive about respecting females and using dialogue to resolve conflicts. Quote, "It is also equally important for boys to be exposed to both positive male and female role models in their foundation years. Many boys have had to shoulder responsibilities very early in single-parent homes in the absence of fathers, and this impacted on their later relationships and choices." End of quote. The minister assures Guyanese that the Human Services Ministry cares deeply about these issues and stand ready to help the best way they can. Stick around, we've got more news for you after the break.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hurry down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets for all your holiday shopping. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. Specials on 65-inch and 55-inch high-end TVs, Samsung French door fridges, Black & Decker appliances, iron rice cookers, 2 and 4 slice toasters, coffee makers, kettles, and toaster ovens. Queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses, German-made pressure pot in 5, 6, 7 and 9 liters, 12 pieces pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans, Samsung smart stoves, sale 5 to 15% off store-wide.
Welcome back. On Sunday, a 51-year-old businesswoman and a 33-year-old transport security guard were robbed of a large sum of cash at Oronook, Port Kaituma, Northwest District, Region 1 by 3 bandits, one of whom was armed with a gun. According to a police statement, sometime around 8 p.m., the women left their home on foot and were headed to the waterfront area. While they were passing the Port Kaituma District Hospital, they were approached by the suspects, who appeared to be foreign nationals and were all dressed in dark clothing. The suspects approached them from the opposite direction. It was further reported that one of the suspects whipped out what appeared to be a firearm and spoke in a language that the victim could not understand. He then snatched the businesswoman's handbag, which contained $500,000, before making good their escape on foot. No arrest has been made and an investigation is in progress. 3 men were arrested with narcotics at a police checkpoint in Region 7. Here is more from Mr. Silvers.
On Saturday at the Shirima police checkpoint, ranks of the Guyana police force stopped and searched a motor lorry GZZ 8041 and found several illegal substances. The truck had 3 occupants, including the driver. The search, which took place at around 9 a.m., discovered a half a sack belonging to one of the men with a black purse containing 2 Ensure milk bottles. The contents of the bottles were 18 Ziploc plastic bags of leaf, seed, and stem suspected to be cannabis and 15 Ziploc plastic bag pills suspected to be amphetamine. A further search carried out on the motor lorry found a green and black haversack containing a cup with seeds, leaves, and stem suspected to be cannabis. The occupants and the driver were arrested and placed into custody. The suspected marijuana was weighed and amounted to 97 grams, while the amphetamine amounted to 3 grams. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The P1 variant of the novel coronavirus that originated in Brazil and has been devastating that country is now present in Guyana. This is according to the advisor on emerging viral diseases at the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Jairo Mendez Rico. While presenting at a PAHO webinar organized for variants, Dr. Mendez Rico provided a table illustrating the distribution of the variants, and on that table it was noted that the P1 variant has been present in Guyana. This, however, is the only variant found in Guyana. Dr. Mendez Rico indicated that variants are created through mutations of viruses and that the occurrence of these mutations is a natural, unexpected event within the evolutionary process of the virus. He noted that every single time a virus transmits from one person to another, it undergoes some molecular change. Recently, due to the concerns of illegal crossing at the Ghana-Brazil border in Region 9, the local health authorities have signaled an interest in testing positive cases in that region for the presence of other variants. It is unclear whether those tests have been completed. Being aware of the expected changes to the virus, advisor to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Ramsamy, cautioned that a mutated form of the virus has been adversely affecting younger people in Guyana over the past few weeks. Quote, initially, the elder people that have died were all people with comorbidities. They were diabetics, they had heart diseases, hypertension. Now we're getting deaths among people with no previous history of comorbidities. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, has also highlighted that based on the surveillance conducted by the local health authorities, it has been found that younger people are becoming impacted by the more severe and life-threatening form of COVID-19. Both the health minister and the advisor have said that taking the COVID-19 vaccine will prevent people from becoming severely impacted by COVID-19. Don't go away after the break. We have your regional and international news.
Hurry down to Zasco on 15 North Road between Camp and Wellington Streets for all your holiday shopping. Quality products at low cost for every room in your home. Specials on 65-inch and 55-inch Hisense TVs, Samsung French door fridges, Black & Decker appliances, iron rice cookers, 2 and 4 slice toasters, coffee makers, kettles, and toaster ovens. Queen and king size Canadian-made mattresses, German-made pressure pot in 5, 6, 7, and 9 liters, 12 pieces pot sets, knife sets, cutlery sets and pans, commercial fans, Samsung smart stoves, sale 5 to 15% off store-wide.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here?
Hi guys, my name is Ms. Singh and I'm the senior teacher at the Literature After School program. Due to the spread of the coronavirus and the need for social distancing, we have moved our in-class learning activities to online via Skype. On the online side, we will be focusing on spelling, phonics, reading, and the National Grade 6 assessments. For more information, you can inbox us or call us.
Contact us on 675-4379.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. The Trinidad and Tobago government on Saturday declared a state of emergency and an 8-hour curfew to contain the third wave of COVID-19 cases and related deaths. Prime Minister Keith Rowley said the government will be imposing a 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew, with some exceptions to essential services including the energy sector, supermarkets and pharmacies. With a population of more than 1.3 million people, Trinidad and Tobago have registered 15,375 infections, 5,214 of them active, and 276 deaths. 7 hospitals caring for COVID-19 patients are at a critical stage of 73% overall occupancy. Health officials have cited a highly transmittable Brazilian variant, first identified in a Venezuelan migrant, as a factor in the increase in cases. Some 60,500 people have received their first dose, but only 1,000 of these have received a second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Meanwhile, left-wing candidates have won a majority in a historic election for the delegates who will rewrite Chile's constitution. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
An election like no other Chile has seen, marked by hope and an equal dose of uncertainty. Chileans voted overwhelmingly for left-wing delegates to write the new constitution, dealing a bitter blow to the governing conservative coalition that had bet on obtaining enough seats in the upcoming convention to block radical changes.
La ciudadanía nos ha enviado un claro y fuerte mensaje.
Our citizens have sent a strong and clear message to the government and all the traditional political blocs. We are not adequately tuning into our people's demands and aspirations. We must hear this message with humility.
But it's not just conservatives who are licking their wounds after an election that has dramatically changed Chile's political map. The biggest winners have been the independent candidates and the biggest losers, the mainstream center-to-center left. The left-wing political parties have also done very well, including the communists, and that could give their candidate for the upcoming presidential elections later this year an unexpected boost.
The results are demonstrating that those searching for a true transformation of this country obtained a tremendous triumph. This consolidates not only a new democratic constitution, but also the possibility of a new, popular democratic government.
Right-wing voters like Maria Luisa Lama were horrified.
This country is going downhill. If we don't find another General Pinochet, I swear this won't work.
Others are bitter over the voter turnout, especially among young people, which was much lower than expected.
They just don't believe that anything will change. We fought for this institutional change, but too many people don't believe it can happen.
The hard work begins now to draft a constitution over the next 9 to 12 months that can build consensus. instead of even deeper divisions. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Santiago.
And internationally, more than 178,000 migrants were found crossing the U.S. southern border in April. That is among the highest monthly total seen in 20 years. Al Jazeera's Heidi Castro reports.
It's early morning, a few hundred steps from the banks of the Rio Grande River on the American side, and these men, women, and children are anxious about what the day will bring. They hope the worst is behind them.
We crossed the river and then we walked for 2 hours. And then we turned ourselves in.
Amado Lopez is 17 and alone. He left his home in El Salvador 3 weeks ago, hitching rides north until he reached the U.S.-Mexico border. He hopes to join an older sister in Los Angeles, but for now, he's been detained by U.S. Border Patrol agents.
So many have come that the agents have run out of buses to take them to the stations where they'll be processed. They're tired, they're frightened, and they're wondering what will come next.
Yes, I am afraid. I have never been through anything like this before.
Carmen is a single mother from El Salvador. She just crossed the river with her 2 sons.
We crossed on a raft. It went all bad. I was in mud up to my waist, and I lost all our documents.
Now she worries U.S. authorities will take away her children because she can't immediately prove they're hers. That after surviving the Mexican cartels who control the river's southern banks and the currents in which previous migrants have drowned.
There we go. I think we're good to go.
Father Roy Snipes, a local Catholic priest, shows us the landscape by boat.
That's Mexico there, and this is Texas here. Now they come on these green canvas rafts, and you might have 6 or 8 people in a big raft coming across.
By day, the surroundings look serene. A handful of soldiers guard the American side, and the occasional armed speedboat leaves us in its wake.
That's Border Patrol there. These beautiful people are just struggling to survive, just to survive. And then there's a human crisis. We're getting hysterical and looking at them as if they were some kind of a pest.
The number of migrants caught crossing the U.S. southern border is now the highest in decades. These families have found temporary shelter with the priest. They're among the lucky ones, allowed to remain in the U.S. while their cases go through the immigration courts.
I think they're scared and hopeful. You know, they're hoping to make it to the United States and find a good life.
The Biden administration is expelling most migrants back to Mexico, where they will again face the cartels. But still, more arrive at the border, believing it's a chance worth taking. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, McAllen, Texas.
And finally, as England, parts of Scotland and Wales lift their lockdowns, the United Kingdom's Prime Minister Boris Johnson has urged caution as scientists warns that the B.1.617.2 variant, first identified in India, could lead to another rise in coronavirus cases. Al Jazeera's Jonah Hall reports.
Ahead of the next stage of England's exit from lockdown, long queues at a pop-up vaccine centre in the northwest town of Bolton. A scaled-up vaccination campaign has seen jabs dispensed to 600 people an hour over the weekend. There are concerns that the resumption of indoor gatherings from Monday will lead to a surge in infections led by a new variant first discovered in India.
Get out and get vaccinated. Yeah. It is what it is, you know, you don't want the Indian variant.
Is that a worry for you?
Yeah, it is a little bit, because I don't want another lockdown or anything like that, so I think it's good that we get as many people vaccinated as possible.
But you're happy to be getting yours, right?
Yeah. You have to be safe. You have to be safe.
The so-called Indian variant is already the dominant strain in Bolton, with clusters elsewhere in the northwest, the Midlands, and also parts of London. The challenge is to contain it.
I was hoping for this level of response. I'll be honest, I was quite emotional this morning when I saw the queues, and all day long the queues have just got bigger and bigger, and I think the variant from India is a concern for people, and it probably has pushed more people to hurry to get the vaccine.
As well as speeding up vaccine delivery, there's door-to-door testing going on. The army is on standby to help with logistics in affected areas. The real concern, of course, is that if these measures fail to contain the new variant that's thought to be up to 50% more contagious, if it's allowed to spread, well, that could seriously jeopardize hopes of a return to normal life.
Hi, we're from the Bolton Council, and have you done the COVID test? Because we're here to collect them.
The government believes there isn't sufficient evidence of risk yet to require a delay of Monday's reopening, though the Prime Minister concedes there may be serious disruption to plans in the coming weeks. A number of leading scientists offer a more cautious view. The variant, if unchecked, they say, threatens a third wave of infections and hospitalizations, this time targeting the unvaccinated and the young. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera, Bolton.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. That is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, stay safe and take care.